Step 3 is applying ITIL to application support, using ITIL to achieve IT objectives and demonstrate the value of the application support function. As we have seen in the previous slides, ITIL service management can be used to achieve ITIL application support objectives. We want to align application support with the goals of the business. We want to use service design to define what services will be delivered and at what level of service performance. We use a detailed approach to service transition in order to minimize disruptions due to application service changes. In service operations, we manage the work, resources, control the cost, track schedules, and measure performance. This is the core of ComputerAid's practical approach to implementing ITIL's best practices process framework within application support. ComputerAid has spent the last 20 years developing its service management processes and tools, which enables us to practically implement ITIL service management practices quickly and efficiently. The seemingly complex ITIL service management processes can be summarized into 4 simple statements: align, manage, measure, and improve. These simple statements embody the practical aspect of ITIL service management, and when implemented correctly, the value of these service management principles become immediately apparent because they are quantifiable and measurable. We will now review ComputerAid's approach to using the ITIL lifecycle phases when implementing application support services. Service strategy. Purpose. In ComputerAid, we use the service strategy to identify the customer's business drivers, goals, and the current organizational structure, as well as the existing technical environment and any existing service level requirements. Additionally, service strategy defines what the business expects from the application support function: reduce incidents, reduce costs, consume the enhancement backlog, and redeploy critical business resources. Value. Identify the scope of support services to be provided by the team. Identify the cost and risk associated with the support services to be delivered. And understand the work capacity requirements, available hours, work backlog, the number and severity of problem fixes. Service design. Purpose. The support team uses information developed within the service strategy to design the services that will be delivered and at what levels of required performance. In service design, ComputerAid takes its predefined business and work processes and aligns them with the customer's environment. This aligns the application support processes with existing customer processes and business requirements. The most important output from service design is the Service Level Agreement, SLA, which defines all elements of the service to be delivered as well as service performance metrics required by the customer. Value. We understand the scope of the applications and services that will be supported. The team understands the service level commitments as expressed within the Service Level Agreement, SLA, communication and escalation points within the team and the customer's organization. Service transition. Purpose. The purpose of service transition is to implement the service processes and tools that were developed in service design, and it ensures the support team is transitioned into the customer's business environment with a minimum risk of service disruption. Value. In service transition, it is critical to have a well-defined process and plan, as well as the ability to transfer all appropriate application, technical, and business knowledge to the new support team. This is the most critical and high-risk phase within the service lifecycle. The service transition must be seamless and transparent when viewed by the customer users. Service operation. Purpose. Service operation delivers the service specified in the Statement of Work, SOW, at the agreed service levels defined in the Service Level Agreement that was developed in service design. In service operation, it is critical to have the proper service management tool in order to capture, track, and measure service performance. ComputerAid uses Tracer as its service management tool. It incorporates all defined work processes, resources, work, time, and service performance goals all in one place. Value to the application support team and customer. The value of the service operation to the support team is that it maintains stability of the applications, maintains availability of user services, controls demand, and quickly identifies service performance opportunities. This represents the practical day-to-day application of ITIL processes and principles that are easy to understand and deliver within the application support environment. Value to the customer. Service operations is the first phase within the ITIL lifecycle that the customer begins to achieve the benefits of having a defined service management process and capturing operational data that can be measured against performance goals. Service operations is also the first time within the ITIL process lifecycle where the customer has visibility to all work and resource performance within the support team. The customer knows exactly what work is within the team and real-time visibility into service performance metrics. It is the service performance metrics that form the foundation of service improvement programs that ultimately lead to cost savings and improved application support alignment with the business. Computer8 has designed a set of standard ITIL work processes which provide consistency for performing all work activities within the support team. Standard incident process, break fixes, problem management process, permanent fixes, request fulfillment, technical support calls or investigation, and application lifecycle management, application maintenance and enhancements. In order to implement any of the ITIL principles, you must have a standard way of defining and incorporating standard ITIL work processes within the day-to-day operation environment. In most application support teams, each individual is running around doing their own thing and not necessarily capturing data about what they are doing or how they did it. No wonder the application support environment is typically labeled as chaotic. It is like the Tower of Babel, with everyone speaking their own language, working in different ways with unpredictable outcomes. An integral part of delivering the optimum value from ITIL service management is the ability to align Computer8's baseline standard ITIL processes with the customer's existing processes. This ensures the compatibility of the application support team with the customer's business environment. Within Computer8's IT service management tool, Tracer, we have the ability to modify CAI's standard ITIL processes to incorporate process requirements of the customer. In this example, we see how to align CAI's standard incident management process with the customer's process requirements. Now that we have an incident process customized for a specific customer's environment, each time an incident comes into the team, the process is completed the same way by each person in the team. Simultaneously within the process, specific data is captured about each incident, which contains not only the general incident data, but also measurement data that can be tied back to the service level metrics defined in the service level agreement. The metrics data is captured as a byproduct of completing the incident. The measurements against service goals for incidents, as well as any other work event, is very simple. Either the goal was met or the goal was not met. In the case of the sample graph incident measurement for time to resolve, the incident was either within or outside the service goal guidelines. The incident service goal guidelines are defined in the Service Level Agreement, SLA, within the service design phase. The final phase in the ITIL version 3 lifecycle, and in many respects the most important one, is continual service improvement. In the case of application support services, we are taking process improvement suggestions from the customer or the support team and service measurements data from the Tracer ITSM tool captured during service operations and refining the work processes, support team efficiency, and effectiveness. Additionally, we use service performance data from the Tracer ITSM tool to monitor and measure performance trends on work and resources. It is the performance data and visibility of trends that provide the necessary input for root cause analysis, enabling the team to identify areas of improvement within team resources and work being performed. Additionally, we are analyzing trends developed from the service performance data, looking for ways to eliminate low-value work and redistribute time to high-value work. By reducing the amount of low-value work, such as technical support calls and incidents, and increasing high-value work like application enhancements, we are able to achieve the goal of aligning application support services with business needs. This also results in the reduction in application support costs, while maintaining high levels of service performance and quality. The customer can use these cost savings in a number of ways. Reduce the number of resources supporting applications, use savings to fund projects that have been delayed due to budget constraints, ability to redistribute knowledge workers to strategic products, and consume the backlog of enhancement requests that have accumulated over time. The above savings are the real value of implementing ITIL service management processes within the day-to-day operational environment of application support. This graph is an example of how the computer-aided support team uses data to analyze support trends which help determine where to focus their attention for service improvement. This chart represents a summary of a practical implementation approach of the ITIL service lifecycle within the application support environment. We use service strategy to document the scope of the service and business environment. We use service design to develop the service level agreement and customize support processes. We use service transition to implement standard processes and data collection into the operational environment. We use service operations to operate the processes, collect data with the Tracer ITSM tool, and produce metric and performance reports. We use service performance reports and metrics in continual service improvement to better align processes, improve resource performance, reduce costs, and improve customer satisfaction. This is computer-aided's practical approach to implementing ITIL's best practices in your day-to-day operating environment. It is the combination of CAI's best practice processes and CAI's Tracer ITSM tool that drives all the benefits discussed in this presentation. Start achieving measurable value and align application support to your business objectives today. Learn more at www.itservicemanagement-itil.com or contact Bob Anderson, CAI's ITIL Application Support Project Manager at bob_anderson@compaid.com.